interrupt this program to bring you some really disturbing, haunting, downright bone-chilling news.
Guys, we captured something on audio.
We sure did. While recording this episode, someone or something spoke in the background while I was speaking.
And hey, don't you blame the blame on me. It wasn't my voice. So what me and my mom both heard in the background was a voice saying, "Get out."
That's right. While I was talking to Jesse, there was a voice in the background that we think said, "Get out." And it was neither one of us. While we were recording it, we did not hear it. We heard it after recording while we were playing back the audio.
Since you were talking, I think it doesn't like you, so you should get out.
It really did say it while I was talking, so yes, it's probably angry with me, whatever it is. So, we're about to play the audio clip for you before we start the show. Email us at milkshakesghost@gmail.com with what you think you heard. Can't wait to hear from you guys.
3, 2, 1.
You can say it however you want. However you want. However you want. Some places hold secrets. Secrets better left undisturbed. We travel through the veil between worlds, where ghosts of the past refuse to stay buried. Prepare to witness firsthand the chilling evidence of the paranormal. The story of those who have encountered the other side and the unexplained phenomena that defy logic and reason. Are you ready to face the unknown? Welcome to Milkshakes and Ghosts.
Hey everyone, I'm Jessie.
And I'm Jenny.
We are your hosts with the best milkshakes and ghostly tales.
Yes, we are. The spooky paranormal duel, bringing you the myths, facts, legend, and lore of all spooky things.
Mom, you know what I'm gonna ask? I ask this every time, every day.
What's that, Jesse?
What you drinking, huh? Better not be coffee, I swear.
Then I shouldn't answer because I am drinking an easy coffee milkshake.
Oh my gosh, how many times have we talked about this? You and your coffee. What else is in it besides coffee, huh?
Okay, so it's got coconut ice cream, a cup of ice, and cold brew coffee. And yes, I love it. It's something good. It's something delicious, and it was very easy to make, just like the recipe says. Easy milkshake. Easy coffee milkshake.
That is a really easy recipe, you're right.
I wanted something strong and sweet, like your mom.
Not true.
But I didn't want to spend a long time making it. So I thought this recipe was really ideal. I got it off of zardyplants.com. I will link it in the show notes for anyone else who is interested in making it. So, Jessie, what's in your cup?
Well, definitely not coffee. I'm drinking a cookie-crazed milkshake. It's very yummy and, of course, easy to make. I always make the easy milkshakes. I took some leftover chocolate chip cookies that I made the night before, and I put it in the blender along with some Oreo cookies. Then I added some milk and chocolate sauce and blended it in the blender. Of course, all my ingredients are dairy-free, but the recipe did not require it.
That sounds like a lot of sugar, and it's making me very scared to stay in this podcast with you because it sounds like you're going to be hyper.
Especially because I'm eating cotton candy, and that's like pure sugar.
I'm watching you right now stick big blue fluffy cotton candy in your mouth, wondering, again, where do you hide the snacks? I can't see where you're getting it. Every time I turn around, you have something new.
You want to know where?
Yeah, where? So I can get some too.
None ya.
Oh my gosh, Jessie.
None your business.
So corny.
Anyway, my milkshake's really good, and like I said, it was easy to make. I got the recipe from crystalcreamery.com. I'll link it in the show notes if anyone is interested in making this recipe.
All right, so for all of you milkshake drinkers out there, grab your favorite milkshake and get ready for what's to come.
Today, we've got some haunting tales from Dice Road.
This episode is brought to you by
Creating comfort magically. Bare Naturals uses 100% natural soy wax, clean scent fragrances, and natural essential oils. Enjoy a safer way to have your home smelling wonderful. With Bare Natural candles, your home is free of harsh chemicals and toxins. With an eco-friendly and space-saving design, you'll enjoy a safe, sensory experience in the comfort of your own home every time.
Bare Natural candles are committed to only using the most natural, eco-friendly ingredients. Bare Natural candles are vegan and cruelty-free.
Experience luxury at an affordable price. These candles are a one-of-a-kind quality dedicated to peace of mind, relief, and protection.
Begin your journey today. Enjoy code WELCOME for 20% off of an order. Sign up for a free store account to view orders and gain access to your rewards for future savings.
Bare Naturals, where fragrance meets enchantment.
It's more than just a candle. It's magic. 42 years ago, in a small Saginaw County farming town, a family was terrorized for months inside their own home. Nothing looked scary about the white single-story home with an attached garage built in 1974 to 1975. However, strange voices, noises, explosions, and fires baffled police as they investigated their origin within this dwelling.
Dice Road crosses a rural section of Michigan between Saginaw and Midland. With all the reported hauntings, it could be the most cursed road in the state. It's one of the most well-documented paranormal cases in the nation's history. So it's no wonder that Midland residents are taking such an interest in the paranormal happenings on the road and in the original home that the first haunting was ever reported.
When the hauntings first began, a man by the name of Harold Pomeranning owned the home located on Dice Road. Harold was terrorized night after night by loud pounding noises. The noises seemed to be coming from both inside and outside the home. Unexplained fires soon started randomly on the property. He contacted the Saginaw County Sheriff's Office. Deputies couldn't figure out what was going on. They checked for footprints, searching for any evidence of people prowling around, and they looked for damage at the exterior of the house. According to the Saginaw County Sheriff's Department, Fred Clark, they could never find any physical evidence to explain away the strange occurrences. This is a quote from Fred Clark. "I would say to a doubter, not to doubt. There are a lot of things that happen in the world that are unexplainable. And I would also say that many of these things were not to know." End of quote.
I want to discuss the accounts of another person in law enforcement who also experienced strange occurrence in this home on Dice Road. Charles Frisbee worked for the Sheriff's Department from 1971 until he retired as a sergeant in the 2000s. Frisbee was one of the deputies who would visit the home many times over the next year. This was a quote from him. "I checked the area and found no evidence that anyone had been around the house." End of quote. As time passed, the noises continued, and Harold continued to call the police. He would sometimes call several times at night. Here is another quote from Charles Frisbee. "At first, it was just complaints that someone was beating on the side of his house." End of quote. On Frisbee's second visit to Harold's house, things got a little strange. And here's what he had to say about it. "While I was standing there talking to him, a painting fell and a coffee cup fell off the table," Frisbee said. Officers were making several trips a week to Harold's home. It continued, and a lot of officers would go out, and we couldn't find anything, so we decided to stake it out. End of quote. Frisbee continued to explain how the Pomeranian family did not know about the stakeout. Here's another quote from Frisbee. On the stakeout, I was about to give up, and right at that moment, we heard the beating on the house. So we both went around the house. We looked for footprints in the mud. Nothing. They thought maybe it could have been a certain neighborhood kid, but they checked and he was at home. End of quote. Another time, Frisbee and another deputy brought a canine to the home. The sheriff's department didn't own a canine, so a deputy had trained his own dog. When it was time to leave, they had to walk closer to the home, but the canine wouldn't move. This is a quote from Frisbee. We had to muscle him to the car, and boy, he jumped right in there and laid down in the back.
You know it's bad when an animal reacts that way.
Yeah, guys, remember, dogs can see and sense things we can't.
Always trust your pets when it comes to anything paranormal, because they know. Oh boy, do they know.
It's one thing to have witness statements from someone who lives on the property. Since it's their home, they could possibly be fabricating the truth. But it's another thing when you have an actual sergeant say the place is haunted. So you now have animals knowing and law enforcement knowing because the animal reacted badly, which isn't good.
I agree with you on that, Jesse. Someone who has a title, such as sergeant, has a lot to worry about because that's their reputation. That's their job. They can't afford to be saying, okay, yeah, there might be ghosts out there or something's haunted, something's paranormal, and risk losing that title of sergeant. It would be an embarrassment to the police department if they were wrong. So you know he has to be telling the truth.
This episode is brought to you by
Sinister Brew Coffee isn't your ordinary cup of joe. It's a bold, horror-themed, small-batch coffee company owned by veterans who dare to take your taste buds on a dark and delicious journey.
From cosmic creations to cryptid-inspired blends, every roast comes with a sinister twist. Handcrafted for those who crave something truly unique.
It's not just coffee. It's an experience steeped in mystery, macabre storytelling, and flavors that are to die for.
Dare to sip in the shadows and join the Sinister family at sinisterbrewcoffee.com.
Where every cup reminds you that the darkness is delicious.
Well, wherever there's a haunting, there's a story to be told. Filmmaker Steven Prozak Shippey jumped on the opportunity to make a movie about Dice Road as the 7th installment in his Haunted Sognal series. Here's a quote from Steven. To me, when you spend all of those resources and can't prove anything either way, you did prove that it was a paranormal activity. There is no paranormal case in the world with even a tenth of this police activity. End of his quote. When Steven heard about the story, he began doing some research. During his research, he stumbled on a binder full of police reports about the home on Dice Road. He interviewed former officers who worked on the investigation, neighbors, and anyone he could find who might know something about the home. He went to visit the home as well.
So he really investigated this property before he made the movie about it. We saw it, and that's why we decided to do this podcast episode because of watching it.
Yeah, he really did investigate well before he started doing his movie.
In a Facebook post in a Midland County community group, Jessica Gambino asked members to detail their experiences. She was inspired to do so after watching Steven's documentary. Just like us, Jessie. In response to her curiosity, she received more than 450 comments regarding other people's encounters on Dice Road. One commenter said, I had a friend who lived on Dice Road in the 70s and saw all the action with police and the investigation with the haunted house. It was real.
This episode is brought to you by
Embrace the enchanting darkness with wicked Salem candles. Spooky, yet delightfully scented. Discover non-toxic, aromatic, long-lasting, clean burn, eco-friendly soy candles in bewitching scents and vibrant colors.
Wicked Salem Candles is a healthy alternative for people with allergies or respiratory issues, while also being environmentally friendly due to the renewable nature of soy wax.
With these candles, you're not just illuminating your space with a steady glow, you're protecting the environment. These candles are safer and environmentally friendly since they release fewer harmful chemicals into the air when burned.
Do you like getting candles with a longer burn time? Well, with Wicked Salem Candles, you'll get just that. These soy candles provide a consistent, unwavering flame, crafted for a lasting brilliance.
Wicked Salem Candles are more than just candles. They offer a curated collection of spooky treasures. Discover bewitching room sprays, hauntingly beautiful art decor, and spellbinding accessories.
Whether you're preparing for Halloween, celebrating the fall season, or simply love a touch of the macabre, Wicked Salem Candles has something for you. Enjoy a touch of spookiness all year round.
Affordable, yet aromatic, long-lasting, environmental-friendly scents. If you're ready to illuminate your path the Wicked Salem way, visit wickedsalemscandle.com. Wicked Salem Candles, so good it's scary.
It makes it even more scarier that there are so many police investigations at this location.
It really does. Another Midland County resident commented on the Midland County Community group on Facebook. Her name is Shannon Skoltz, and this is a quote from her. I went with my now husband, fiancé at the time, on Halloween with some friends at midnight. We got there at 11:50 p.m. Nothing. Then, right at midnight, all these orbs or ghosts appeared. Each one was above a grave in the cemetery, just bouncing up and down. We just about pooped our pants and left. When we were driving there, it was clear, but leaving it was foggy and creepy. It was something like a movie. End of quote. I personally had the chance to look at the community group on Facebook that I'm talking about right now, and many residents of that area agree that they wouldn't go there at night. There was another post about someone capturing a woman on camera during the night. I looked further into this claim. It turns out the apparition of a woman has been seen several times coming out of Dice Road Cemetery at odd hours of the night, and she could be the source of the strange occurrences that people are talking about.
I would love to capture something like that on camera.
Same, girl.
We should put it on our to-do list.
Oh my gosh, that's a really good idea.
Jack, can you write that down on our board?
Thank you, Jack.
So who occupies the home today?
I'm glad you asked that, Jessie. I found an article about the last owners, Dave and Luann Larson. They lived in the home for more than 40 years before leaving. Yes, I said it, leaving. However, the Larsons never believed their home was haunted.
That's interesting since so many things happened to Harold Pomeranian.
Well, the Larsons did describe some strange happenings.
But I thought you said they didn't believe that their home was haunted.
That's like me not believing in ghosts. But yet, unexplainable things tend to happen in our home and places we've investigated.
Oh my god, ain't that the truth? So anyway, what kind of strange things were happening to the Larsons?
Okay, so they reported an antique radio making noise when it wasn't even plugged in, and objects being mysteriously moved.
Yeah, no, they're haunted. Like, I'm not even gonna, just burn the whole house down. Get out. Go to a different country. Go to a different state.
You and burning down houses. Okay, so the Larsons' 2 daughters have an eerie story in that home.
Did they see any ghosts?
Growing up, they only knew a little bit about the home, but as they got older, they learned much more. Here is a quote by one of the daughters named Julie Larson. My parents went out to dinner, and we were here alone, sitting in the main living room. We saw a flash outside, and my dog started barking and got up on the bay window. And then we looked, and some guy put his face up to the window.
That just sounds like a stalker or a creeper. Ugh, you better get out of there.
The Larsons' other daughter, Bridget LaJoyce, had this to say. It was like a white face. It was literally like a glow. You couldn't see much of anything except a round, white head peeking in the window.
Okay, well, maybe it was a ghost or something. It could have been a regular creepy prowler. And maybe their face was glowing because of the lighting outside. Lighting can have an effect on how things appear.
That's a really good point, Jessie. Julie Larson adds to this account and says, "We ran into the other room and Bridget called our neighbor. It was snowing and there were no footprints or anything. There was nothing."
Okay, well, that's a little creepy.
This episode is brought to you by
Tired of the same old coffee routine? Craving a cup of paradise? Introducing Kona Coffee House LV. Bring the magic of Kona Coffee straight to you, wherever you are.
Kona Coffee House LV uses only the finest 100% organic Hawaiian Kona coffee beans, made by perfection by Sammy Scrumptious herself. These gluten-free and preservative-free beans are a rare specialty, offering a unique and unforgettable taste experience.
No need to wait in line. Kona Coffee House LV is mobile, delivering a taste of paradise. Book Kona Coffee today for corporate events, parties, venues, and so much more.
Follow Kona Coffee on Instagram at Kona Coffee House LV for updates on upcoming events. Visit their website at konacopale.com to learn more and schedule your Kona Coffee experience today. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to savor the world's finest coffee. Bridget LaJoyce wants answers. "I would like some clarity to it," she said. "It's always in the back of my mind now. And my kids are here quite often, and now they're questioning things." End of quote.
Okay, well, the place is definitely haunted.
Today, the rebuilt house on Dice Road in Saginaw County is vacant. It rests on a hill. The windows appear like hollow eyes that disguise the secrets of an entity that once dwelt within the refurbished walls and floorboards of this home on Dice Road.
We definitely need to do a ghost investigation there.
I'm ready when you are. That sounds like a lot of fun.
So let's discuss some of the urban legends in Dice Road, because the house next to it that we discussed is the only thing that's haunted. The cemetery next to it is also haunted as well. North of Hemlock, there is an urban legend of a girl that haunts Dice Road Cemetery. As the story goes, 5-year-old Anna Rhodes Fazio was living in Italy in 1816 with her family when her father went insane and set their house on fire, killing himself and her mother. Young Anna survived the fire and sailed to America and lived with her aunt north of Hemlock. They became friends with the local Indians. Anna and a young Indian boy named Dark Hawk grew up together. As Anna grew older, she fell in love with a man named Jonathan Millerton. They were married by the time Anna was 17. Shortly after, Anna's aunt died, and Jonathan had to sail the Great Lakes for his lumbering pursuits, leaving Anna alone. Dark Hawk became jealous of Jonathan and tortured Anna to the point of driving her insane. That summer, a large storm swept across the state, and when Jonathan's ship did not return, Anna feared that he had died. Falling into a Great Depression, she committed suicide. Even more tragic, Jonathan returned home after she died. His ship sailed to a few other ports and delayed his return.
That's so sad. I believe there's always a little truth to every urban myth.
Yeah, I think so too. That's just like heartbreaking.
This episode is brought to you by
Looking for a reputable notary republic at an affordable price? Well, look no further. Mrs. Ashley Lutchman is now taking appointments and accepting new clients. Jessie and I needed some documents to sign for our podcast.
We wanted someone with experience who was well known and didn't cost a fortune.
That's right. One of our good friends had worked with Mrs. Lutchman regarding some legal paperwork they needed notarized and recommended her to us.
She was professional, efficient, and affordable.
If you need important documents notarized, email Ashley Lutchman at ashleylutchman@gmail.com. Ashley Lutchman can be found on Instagram and TikTok. I will link her socials and her email in our show notes.
Ashley Lutchman is remote and commissioned in the state of Florida.
People say they do see a woman who has been captured on camera around the cemetery, and I did mention that earlier.
Maybe it's Anna.
Maybe.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have. Thanks for tuning in. If you have a spooky story and would like to have it read on air, please write us at milkshakesghost@gmail.com. If you'd like to follow our socials, we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Twitter, and Patreon.
If you would like to become a Patreon member, please visit patreon.com/milkshakesandghosts. I will link it in the show notes along with all of our other socials.
Join Patreon for free gifts and cool perks.
Let's give a shout out to our awesome, amazing Patreon members. Mr.E from Special Delivery Show. Check out the Special Delivery Show. His podcast takes interviews to a whole new level. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Bare Naturals Candles and more. It's more than just a candle, it's magic. Sinister Brew Coffee, where every sip reminds you that the dark side is delicious. Wicked Salem's Candle, so good it's scary. Kona Coffee LV, Hawaiian coffee delivering a taste of paradise. Ashley Lutchman, a reputable notary public at an affordable price. All of our sponsors are listed in our show notes, along with links to contact them. I'd also like to give a big shout out to PsychoFiend13. He posts really cool content and has weekly lives with some amazing people. Go give him a follow. I will link his TikTok account in our show notes.
MMG VIP members also include...
Hold on. Get ready. Deep breath, just deep breath. You ready, girl? You ready? Go for it.
Okay, you had way too much coffee, jeez.
Sorry.
Olivia Perez, Mara Sanchez, Luna the Darkness, Hidden Shadows, Lynn's Horror Escape, Eric Gonzalez, Jenna424, Richard Waltz, Casey Spooky Stories, Dracula's the Cult, Darren Willis, Death Rock 1875, Electric 222, Clara Jones, John and Jenna, Mothman Prophecy 424, Vampires Rock 222, The One Happenings with Kelly and Brenda, Witches for Life 1892, Bigfoot is Real 76, Bloodsucker 95, Nightmares 888, Witchy Talk 65, Dracula Rock 22, Tina and Ruben, Ramos 1972, Bruce Law Spooky, Harmony, Jennifer, The Dark Side, Ronald H, Joe Santana, Mario Malice, Vanessa Spooky, Jenna Kimura H, Tony S, Dean from Truth Is Out There, Notting Edward, Colin, Becca Moon, and Kenneth Jules, and Christina, Joel from Paranormal Accounts on Alan, Just Star One, Melissa and Dan, The Truth Is Out There with Carly and Allison.
Thank you all so much for being Patreon members. We appreciate each and every single one of you.
And remember, keep drinking milkshakes.
And keep being spooky! It's time for bloopers!
What else is it? What else is it? Whirl. Okay. Cursed whirl. It makes it even What's wrong with you indefinitely? Not one,
What's
but
wrong
two.
with you and like?
What's wrong with you and and? You know hemlock is actually a poison? It's really poisonous. It'll kill you as soon as you, drink it.
I used to watch a show called Hemlock Grove. With the guy from It.
It's spooky season, 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 spooky season. It's spooky season, 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 it's spooky season, it's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season. Spooky season, 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 spooky season.